Hello everyone. Hi, what's up? It's me, Angie. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. So I am so excited to check out this new album from Miss Ethel Cain. I'm looking at this track list and I'm just so floored of the fact that it's only 9 songs. Yeah, it's an hour and a half long. I loved her first album. Was it her first album? Preacher's Daughter was her first ever album, right? Absolutely phenomenal. I do have 2 videos on that. I have part 1 and part 2, so if you want to check those out, I'll leave those in the description below. But I freaking love that album. Ethel is such an insane artist. Musician, songwriter, producer. She is phenomenal. Preacher's Daughter truly felt like a horror movie that I was like listening to. It was insane. So I have very high expectations for this new album. She makes such cool, creepy, but such beautiful stories in her songs. But I'm actually going to break this album up into 3 videos because I truly don't think I could sit here and listen to all an hour and a half of these songs in one go. I don't think I could do it in 2 parts because the first 2 songs are literally over 10 minutes long. So I don't think I'll have enough brain power and listening power to really take in what I'm listening to if I'm even listening to half this album at once. So I'm really gonna break it down into 3 parts. So I'm gonna listen to 3 songs in each video here. They'll be out one after the other, don't worry. I definitely know myself and I don't want to give you guys a bad video where I don't dissect the songs properly because I'm like dead by the end of it. We listened to 3 songs today, the first 3 today. Next video will be songs 4 through 6, and the final video will be songs 7 through 9. I also don't think I ever said what the name of the album is. Perverts by Ethel Cain is the album we'll be listening to today. I'm excited, but I'm also kind of like scared. This feels like daunting to like start because it is such a heavy album for only being 9 songs. First song is it's 12 minutes long, the third song is 13 minutes long. And the second song is also over 5 minutes long. It's almost 7 minutes long. So I'm very excited, but I'm also very nervous because I feel like that's just a lot to take in. Nonetheless, we're gonna do it and it's gonna be a good time, I'm sure, because Ethel creates insane music. But let me stop rambling. Let's just get into it. If you'd like to subscribe, definitely do so and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I love hearing your thoughts on what you think of this album. Of course, anything I need to know that I might miss, please let me know in the comments below. Either way, I do appreciate you just being here and stopping by and clicking on my video out of all the videos you clicked on in this moment. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me your time and your view. It really does mean so much to me. Alright, so the first song is the title track, Perverts. Gosh, I'm kind of scared. Low-key a little scared right now. Okay, so we're having a little gospel moment. Obviously, Preacher's Daughter had a lot of themes. What's it like, obviously, being a preacher's daughter? So I'm wondering if that's kind of this connection between the 2 albums. I wonder if we're continuing on that kind of theme of heaven and God and faith and religion. God, it's so creepy though. Like the whole like religious horror in movies is so fucking scary, like possession, devil and God, and so creepy. I am not a fan of horror movies at all. I hate being scared, I hate being anxious, considering I'm anxious going through my life, so I don't like to like actively seek that out, so I don't watch those type of films or movies or anything like that, or books or TV shows or whatever. This is like the most I'll seek out horror and I'm like feeling nervous. Like I'm feeling scared right now. It's so creepy. What's happening? I'm like scared. I'm like afraid it's gonna like jump out, but like noise wise jump out into my ears. What? Am I like in a horror movie right now? Like what? The scariness is in the quiet, you know? It's in the unknown. What the fuck are they saying? Oh, heaven has forsaken the masturbator. Masturbator. The space in between is so creepy. This is the song. Okay. Lots of just ambiance. Creepy nothingness. Nobody know is a good person. God, this is fucking creepy, dude. Fast, reckless driving often leads to sad, slow music. The reason why people may be reckless and fast in driving is because they're sad. That juxtaposition between driving fast and wanting to be reckless because you feel sad and lonely, and so you want to feel adrenaline excitement. You are more reckless with your life, and then after all that excitement wears down, you go home and listen to sad music in your house. Very opposite if you think about it. Nobody knows a good person. On Genius, the annotation is under review, but it says a level of cynicism. It probably inclines to the accelerating decrease of moral chastity and the subsequent rise of debauched actions, such as masturbation over the years. Okay, so they're correlating not being a good person with like self-pleasure. And even the intro, we have that like gospel intro there. And obviously self-pleasure like that is very frowned upon by the church. Sexuality in general is very I guess oppressed, if that's the right word. Very frowned upon in religion when it's not, you know, make babies. Definitely having this theme here of faith and pleasure and horror and all of that. Very interesting. Heaven? Again, heaven is forsaken masturbator. If I can hear a little bit of music in the background there. With this Foley almost. Foley sounding ambiance sound.
It's happening to everybody.
It's happening to everybody. Straight into the next song. It's happening to everybody. Encapsulating the ideology that riddles this EP, Ethel has long to use a quote that has sensationalized the pull from the EP. It's happening to everybody, and whether you accept it or not, it will be there, waiting for the day you realize it. What is it? What's it? What is it? It's happening to everybody. Heaven has forsaken the masturbator is annotated to say, sustained by, oh god, Baudrillard's 10th pillar, degradation, the word of someone committing the heinous act of masturbation, be it through perverse love or onanism. Oh, encapsulates the hatred of self-gratification throughout the narrative of the EP. Man trick in pronunciation, the concept that self-pleasure leads to exile from divinity has been instilled in the individual. The EP narrates around since their indoctrination into religion. It is this indoctrination that herds our individual to rebel against such ideals and lead down a spiral of no return. What? I don't get it. Okay, on the About section, it says the title track of Ethel Cain's fourth? This is her fourth EP? Perverts. Oh wait, yeah, she does have Golden Age and Inbred. I don't think I've listened. Have I listened to Inbred? I might have. I don't remember. Okay, so the title track of Ethel Cain's fourth EP, Perverts, titularly released on November 11th, 2024, alongside the rest of the album, Perverts suits itself as the first track and opener of the album. Choosing to open the EP as a whole with a short, distorted rendition of Near My God to Thee, a Christian hymn dating back to the 19th century written by Sarah Flowers Adams, retelling of the story of Jacob's dream or Jacob's ladder, a ladder leading to heaven that was featured in a dream the biblical patriarch Jacob had during his flight from his brother Esau in the book of Genesis. Okay, what? I don't know anything about any of this, so I'm like learning as I'm going. The use of the hymn longing to be closer to God and then immediately the hymn is longing to be closer to God. Oh, and then immediately juxtaposed by the constant rendition of the phrase "heaven has forsaken the masturbator" sets a stage for the EP's narrative of hatred of self-gratification. So it's like that guilt of self-pleasure. You feel guilty because you know that God's like watching you do something that he doesn't approve of. The hatred of self, like the title is called Perverts, right? The album and the song title is called Perverts. A pervert, by common definition, is a person whose behavior deviates from what is acceptable, especially in sexual behavior. However, in this case, Hayden is likely referring to the other, less commonly known definition of the term, which is to distort or corrupt the original course, meaning or state of something, or to lead someone away from what is considered natural or acceptable. Masturbation is not acceptable, especially in, religion. The song is closed with the quote that Hayden has long teased and is a signature phrase to the theme of the EP as a whole: "It's happening to everybody." And then it goes on to talk more about what Hayden said in the Tumblr post and all that. Perverts was originally intended to be a concept album where Hayden, in quotes, would have explored a different character that society considers a pervert on each song. I don't think that's how it is now, right? Okay, so I feel like we're gonna kind of talk about guilt and shame and feelings of hatred and all that surrounding self-pleasure and sexual needs and desires. I could imagine growing up in a household that's very strictly religious and in a household that's not very open-minded. You're growing up and hearing all these things that are bad for you and you shouldn't do this and this is bad. But yet all these feelings that you have, especially when it comes to things of a sexual nature as you get older, it's very natural to explore. It's because you don't know and you want to understand, but yet you're being told that these feelings that you're feeling that are very natural to feel are very bad, which can lead to a lot of self-hatred and guilt and shame. And it's so toxic and unhealthy. So I am feeling that we're gonna kind of explore all of that in this album. Okay, let's go into song 2, Punish. These vocals are so beautiful, haunting. sounding. Oh my god. Oh god, if every song flows so seamlessly to the next. I'm already feeling so exhausted and really in the second song. Okay, so the first verse starts out with whatever's wrong with me, I will take to bed. Which makes me think two things. One, this person is holding a lot on their shoulders, feels like something's wrong with them, and they can't shake it even when they try to go to sleep, and maybe they're having trouble sleeping. Their mind is racing about everything's wrong with them and all that. Two, if we think about the concept of the last song, masturbation, I let out what's wrong with me with self-pleasure. Genius has what's wrong with me, I will take to bed has a few different potential meanings. Taking the issue to bed could have three potential meanings in this scenario. One, to run away from the problem because of guilt and the fact that it is hard to face. True. Two, to address the issue and try to deal with it. Three, more obscurely, to take whatever is wrong with you into bed with other people during sex where your issues emerge more than usual. Kind of what I was saying, either, you know, sex with other people or, you know, pleasure with yourself. I give in so easy. I give in so easy to those feelings, basically. Nature chews on me. Nature has always been a prevalent threat inside the discography of Hayden's. Be it humankind or merely the elements, it's a surprise that it takes power over the narrator here. However, in this track, nature can once again be interpreted in two prime forms. The lashing of shameful dialogue as spoken by outside detractors looking in on the situation could act as an action of nature, chewing on them via the sharp words that cave into their skin. Or it could infer to the carbon cycle and that in the grand scheme of it all, love is only finite, with nature commonly awaiting to inflict its entropy once the time comes, chewed upon by raw and what the fuck? And detritus feeders. I don't know what's happening. What? Punish is about a pedophile who was shot by the child's father and now lives in exile, where he basically maims himself to simulate the bullet wounds in order to punish himself. I guess that's a quote via Tumblr. Okay, can you explain? He was natural pluche, and what does it mean in punish? The OG concept for perverts was a character study about different perverts, inspired by reading Malcolm Sniff's A Sex Addict, a Pedophile, Arsonist, a Seductive Addict, etc. The project is completely different now, but Punish and Amber Waves are only surviving demos from it. Oh, so Punish is about a pedophile who was shot by the child's father. Whoa, okay. Did not realize that. At least that's what I had in mind when I wrote the song. The song can be whatever you want it to be. I knew I need to put this into 3 parts because this is a lot to take in. The third and final song we'll be listening to today is called House of Psychotic Woman, but it's all put together and spelled a little off. It's a 13-minute song. Okay, here we go. I love you. That like clock, it sounds like a clock ticking. Whoa. Sounds like the chopper wings or whatever, basically, like in the air. There's other words, but I cannot make out what they're saying. I do. I do. Like a marriage, I do? Oh god, so creepy. fuck is going on? I love you. Who is she confessing her love to? It almost sounds like she's trying to convince. It's like, I love you, I love you. She's trying to say this to someone so many times. Like it's gonna change what the other person feels about her. It's just so devoting, so strange to say I love you that many times, especially with the way it's said with all this music. It's so strange and creepy. It almost sounds like they're like hypnotized or something. Like they're dead in the eyes as they say this type of thing, you know? Is that the rest of the song? Just I love you a million times? And all this crazy noise? Like, where are you? Where are you? Why is there a helicopter? What? The song is called House of Psychotic Woman. So maybe this woman is literally going through psychosis by saying I love you a million times. Whoa. More I love you. This is fucking crazy. What the fuck? I love Ethel, but I don't think that needed to be a 13-minute song, especially when the last 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes of that song was just I love you a million times. Angie, there is a verse here. It was so hard to hear that there was actual like a verse in this song. All you could really hear is all of that like ambience noise. Like I definitely heard such a precious, magnificent thing to be loved, such a wondrous and painful thing to be loved. I heard that a little bit, but most of it you couldn't really hear. Those lyrics are very interesting. What a precious, magnificent thing to be loved, but such a wondrous and painful thing to be loved. To be loved and to love is so beautiful and grand and just so amazing, but there's no other pain than heartbreak and loving someone that doesn't treat you right or that's unhealthy or abusive and all that. Like it can be so painful to be loved and to love. When you were young, you said you wished that someone loved you. I do. I do. This can be taken as a dialogue shift from the narrator to God himself, from the narrator's likely very manic perspective. So this could be a whole manic, psychotic kind of perspective song. He reassures them that he loves them, just like they've wished since they were young. This love or religious ecstasy the narrator describes becomes frenzied and suffocating and nauseous rapture as it becomes unclear who is chanting I love you, God or the narrator. Oh! The verse starts out saying, there was a point where everything bent down and it took something from me, something I can't quite explain. Oh, may refer to the consistent retelling of Lucifer's fall. Taking away innocence or purity, leaving a perverted outcast, such as the themes throughout Perverts. I always wondered if it would come back to me and love me the way it said it was supposed to, and maybe it lied, maybe it was all a lie. It, there's that it again. We don't know what it is. In the other song, in the first song, we didn't know what it was either, when in the lyrics, it's happening to everybody. Okay, so House of Psychotic Woman is evocative of the story of Genesis. See, I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know the story of Genesis. The two vowels missing, oh, from the title are E and A. Oh, Eve and Adam. Under these circumstances, the narrator alludes to could be God's love. She is waiting for God to love her again, for the return to be mutual. The presence of benevolence has been stripped away due to Eve and Adam's disobedience. This also linked well with the album's concept and identity. With this track's embodiment of the theme of Perverts, slash provision being more subtle to lead someone away from what is considered natural or acceptable. Adam accuses Eve of leaving him astray. Adam ate the apple, but Eve picked it off the tree. Adam blames Eve. I know that. That's my extent of knowledge of that, though. In some interpretations of Genesis, Eve's sin slash provision is said to be enacted through her sexual power over Adam, which is ignited by the snake and her lust. Interesting. My brain does not compute. It is not that wrinkly. My brain is kind of smooth, okay? This is crazy for me right now to understand. Whoa. Big brain moves right here. Wow. Okay, so interesting. But I definitely need to stop the video here because this is a lot to take in. We will definitely check out songs 4 through 6 next time. And don't worry, that'll be next video. It should be in a few days. Wow, I am so blown away already from Ethel's just storytelling and knowledge. I mean, wow. I feel like I'm learning so much about religion and religious trauma, honestly, in this album so far. So I'm gonna end the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. More videos of course like this to come, and if you'd like to continue supporting me on this channel, definitely subscribe. And subscribing is a super easy, fun, and free way to support smaller creators, so I'd really appreciate you doing that for me. But either way, I do just appreciate you stopping by and clicking on this video. Like I said earlier, part 2 will be out soon, and of course part 3 will be out very shortly after that. I hope you guys stick around, and I'll see you guys then. Love you so much. Bye!